We need to talk about Jeff Saturday being pulled off these ESPN streets to finish the 2022 season as the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. Look, I like Jeff Saturday. I have nothing against him as a person. I played against him. He seems like a great leader, and all of my former teammates that know the dude have nothing but good things to say about him. So this take is not about Jeff Saturday at all. And truthfully, if somebody offers me this opportunity, I'm probably taking it too. With that being said, though, it is absolutely outrageous that they hired this man to finish out the season as the head coach of the Colts. I see people talking about Jeff Saturday, he's a Colts legend. Well, if Colts fans want him to stay a legend, maybe there should be a better plan than handing the controls of a crashing plane over to somebody with no flight experience. And speaking of the Colts, doesn't the Indianapolis Colts already have Reggie Wayne as a first-year wide receivers coach and Cato June in his seventh year of coaching out of college football or above? Like, it would be one thing if Jeff Saturday was being installed as an admission that the season is lost and that the direction of the team needs to be rethought and the search for a replacement would start immediately. But that ain't what this is. Jim Irsay, the owner, dared reporters to bet against Jeff Saturday as head coach and alluded to the possibility of them making the playoffs this season. They already fired the offensive coach. Then they fired the head coach who was the play caller. What offense are you going to run? Listen, I will take your bet and your money, Jim Irsay. But I at least want to thank Jim Irsay for perfectly illustrating the frustration with the ineffectiveness of the Rooney Rule when put up against a rich white man's gut instinct. And I know that when you're hiring an interim coach, you don't have to go through the Rooney Rule. But the thing is, while Jim Irsay said that the Colts have every plan to honor the Rooney Rule and go through a legitimate interview process after the season to gauge the vision of multiple candidates, including minority candidates, he said this about Jeff Saturday. He's the best man for the job, and there's no question about it in my mind. I've been around it a long time. He's an extremely tough leader. You have to be a great thinker, work with people, and be open-minded. Create a culture where people trust you, and you have to have experience, which he has none, and draw on your experience in life. You know it when you see it. What? Jim Irsay has a good feeling in his tummy about a white player that was a solid leader in his playing days and believes that despite no track record whatsoever of producing any kinds of results that would prove those feelings to be rooted in reality, that Jeff Saturday is the right man to take the Indianapolis Colts to the playoffs in 2022? This man at no point in time has been a coach in college or the NFL. He has 3 years of coaching experience a few years ago in high school. Like, since Jim Irsay is taking bets, how much do we want to bet that Jim Irsay is actually more invested in his gut being proven right so he can keep Jeff Saturday on as head coach rather than earnestly following the NFL rules that were designated to keep the exact situation of a rich man's nostalgia from overriding overqualified minority candidates and even other candidates as well from an opportunity? We spent years and years hearing that if only black coaches had more experience as coordinators, or if only more black players got into coaching on the offensive side of the ball, then the layers of prejudice that kept them from penultimate opportunities of the profession would erode away. That was bullshit, bro. And congratulations too to the Houston Texans now having grounds to dump Lovie Smith for Josh McCown. The absurdity of the situation was the only thing that kept the Houston Texans from hiring Josh McCown last year. But now they won't even be the first to do it in their own division. Let that sink in.